What's up? This is Homie Talk 123. Some news came out of the NL Central just a few minutes ago. Um, the Pirates have made a splash now. All the deadline, they have been in news of different rumors, different outfielders, different hitters, different pitchers. But now they are finally get a deal done. They have acquired Derrek Lee. Now, a year ago or 2 years ago, this would be a big deal. Derrek Lee this season has definitely not been himself. 250 batting average. He's been injured a little bit. But, I mean, he's on the Baltimore Orioles, and I would expect he would play better when he's on a contending team in a little bit better lineup. They got some exciting young players in Pittsburgh. You know, having Neil Walker and Andrew McCutcheon, and I think Jose Tabata is still injured. But they got some other young players that are stepping up for them. And so the thing with this is the Pirates to finally acquire a veteran bat like this, I think is really going to help this team because this team, of course, is a young team trying to make it to the playoffs, and they need veteran guys. And Pittsburgh has some veteran guys, but they don't have any veteran guys that know how to win and go to the playoffs. As I recall, Derrek Lee was a Florida Marlin, and he was a Chicago Cub. Now, obviously, Chicago Cubs, they don't really know how to win too much, but they've made it to the playoffs a few years. Sorry, I'm not trying to take any shots, but they made it to the playoffs a few years, but they never got passed around. But you know, he has veteran experience, and this is a team that wants to learn how to win and how to make it to the playoffs. Honestly, I think this move is going to help them, and I think it's going to help their fan base, and I think it's good to get to upgrade offensively a little bit, because Lyle Overbay has had not too great of a year, okay here, but of course all the Pirates moves in the offseason has helped a lot. Especially Kevin Correa and company. I always mispronounce the name. I probably mispronounce him too. But of course, this is gonna help them. But I don't think it's definitely not gonna be enough to win the Central. The Pirates are kind of buying and selling. They want to win this year, but they don't want to make the wrong mistake and give up too much, and then have to rebuild. They've been selling off all these great players: Jason Bay, Freddie Sanchez, Jack Wilson, Nate McClough. They've pretty much, you could almost put together an all-star team of players that they've gave away and really, or trade away, and really they haven't got too many amazing prospects in return. Most of their great players have, their core players were acquired in a draft, really. So, it seems like they've definitely made some mistakes organizational wise, selling too soon, buying too soon, but they really haven't been this close to playoffs or even above 500 in so many years. They want to make sure that they're not going to make a mistake and ruin themselves for the future, but they do want to make sure that they at least get over 500 and give themselves a chance at the playoffs. So adding a veteran bat like this is very important. But I don't think the Pirates can compete, honestly. With a team like the Cardinals or the Brewers, especially the Pirates, they're still very close. But I don't see their pitching staff. Their bullpen could compete. Obviously Joe Hanahan is really good. Their bullpen could compete. But their starting pitching, they've been very well of late. I'm saying in the long run, though. I mean, obviously Jeff Carson's has surprised a lot of people, and they're just overall their starting has been really good of late. But I'm saying in the long run, throughout the stretch of the season, pitchers wear down, relievers wear down, and I think that's why they're not going to make the playoffs. Not only are they going to wear down, but they're just, they won some games and they had a good stretch, and they got over 500. But this necessarily is not a 10 over 500 team. This is right now, it's probably a 4 to 5 over 500 team. That might be good enough to win the Central, though, if the Brewers and the Cardinals struggle. But I'm saying, when a team, I don't know if the Pirates can compete with the Cardinals. They, yes, they trade away Rasmus, but Jay's been playing just as well, or better than Rasmus. And then they fill up all their pitching needs, starter, relievers, backup outfielders. And then they go and they get Rafael Furcal. That's, the biggest name of a shortstop out there on the market. And yes, that's pretty bad considering Rafael Furcal has been injured. He's only batting 200 for the season. But that just tells you the shortstop market is very thin. If a guy like Jose Reyes was out there or Hanley Ramirez, I would probably expect the Cardinals to be going 100% at him. But I don't think, but they're not out there. So, having this is the best option at shortstop, and I'm very excited about it. The Pirates, though, this is a great move for them. All they had to give up was Aaron Baker. I don't think that is more, giving away their future at all. They just gave a, low class first baseman, Aaron Hill. I mean, God, Aaron Baker, a first baseman, and this is a guy who he was drafted in the 11th round in 2009 from Oklahoma, and he was actually rated let's find it here. What is it here? I think it was somewhere around here. It says number something of Oklahoma out of all Oklahoma. Oh, 19th best prospect in Oklahoma in a banner year for the state. So they said he's not strong defensively, but he's played different positions. He's actually played, he's a first baseman, yes. But I believe he did some catching at Oklahoma and did reasonably at it. But they announced him as a first baseman when they selected. So yes, he's his first baseman. The thing with him is his walks have gone up. His home runs, power numbers, gone up. RBIs, gone up. Strikeouts, gone up. Average, gone down, which is very typical when you see strikeouts go up. A lot of times the average goes down. You look at guys like Mark Reynolds. Average down, strikeouts up, power up. So this guy could turn into something. He's somewhat projectable, but at the same time, the Orioles need to find people, need to fill up their farm system, and they chose Aaron Baker. They, negotiated, and they found a way to get him for Derrek Lee. Derrek Lee, it doesn't look like the Pirates are going to be paying the rest of the salary on Derrek Lee, but they got him, Aaron Baker, and it's done. Of course, these deals have to be finalized, but I'm not going to wait for them. When it says they're to acquire them, I'm jumping on it. So the Pirates acquired Derrek Lee. Other news tonight, Ubaldo Jimenez traded. Cleveland Indians acquired Ubaldo Jimenez. I think that's a long-term deal for them. Giants acquired Orlando Cabrera. Red Sox acquired Rich Harden. Rangers acquired Hara. Diamondbacks acquired Jason Marquis. Red Sox acquired Mike Aviles. Brewers acquired Jerry Harrison Jr. Tigers acquired Doug Fister and David Pauly. Phillies acquired Hunter Pence. Some things of the last 24 hours. It's been pretty crazy. And the Cardinals have acquired Rafael Furcal, but an outfielder is supposedly in that deal. But again, we don't know who it is yet, but it's not on the 40-man roster. So that's all that we know about that. But the Pirates adding Derrek Lee, a good veteran bat, a good move for the Pirates, good move for the Orioles. I like the deal for the Pirates. I really do. I think this is a deal for the Pirates. And he's gonna add, this is gonna get something that gets the fans to the ballpark, gets them excited to watch the Pirates, and it gives them another player to watch. Oh, they got Derrek Lee on their team now. That's cool. He's got tons of home runs, and he's been a great player. For the Marlins, he had great years. Cubs, he's had some good years, and so to see him as a Pirate, I think it's really cool to get him back in the NL Central, and it's going to be interesting to see how he fares up against the newly added additions to the NL Central. Like they said, the NL Central is such a close race, and GMs are going to decide it. Right now, I'm liking what the Cardinals are doing, and the Brewers are trying to stick in there, getting Felipe Lopez and some depth with Jerry Harrison Jr. And they got, you got to remember, they got K-Rod in the beginning of the trade deadline too. Trading period, they got K-Rod right in the beginning. So that's pretty much as big as anything for relief at this point. So good moves by the Brewers, good moves by the Cardinals, especially getting Rafael Furcal. If they get Heath Bell, I think they're definitely, it's going to be tough to beat the Cardinals with that lineup. And with the bullpen now, it used to be a minus, now it's a plus, and starting rotation, all that. So Pirates, great ad with Derrek Lee, veteran bat. I like the move, I really do. They're going to sell a lot of jerseys with his name on. It's going to help the team. It's going to help people going to the ballpark. It's going to get people excited about the Pirates. It's going to jumpstart their offense, especially if he hits, around 270 with the Pirates and hits a few home runs here and there. So, RBI guy, he can bat anywhere in the lineup, really. He'll probably bat 5th or 6th. Not knowing the Pirates lineup, though, of course. They might stick him right in the middle. I don't know. But this is a good move by the Pirates, only having to give up Aaron Baker, first baseman. Did some catching, but he's a first baseman. Drafted in 09, 11th round. He's somewhat projectable again. Home runs, numbers are a little bit up there, but Derrek Lee, I like the move for him. So congrats to Derrek Lee, the Pirates, and everyone else. He's in contention again, and this is MLB Talk 1, 2, 3. Thanks for watching.